Yate, I'm Klee,
And I'm Princess.
and today we're going to do a playthrough of Burn the Fort. We're set up today for a two-player game, although we have put all four game player boards out just because it's the way that we like the game to look. And we have set up pretty much for easy mode. We have already preset the fort point tracker. We've selected our general and added those fort points as well. And we have selected our player cards. I'm playing Lozen.
And I'm playing Buffalo Calf Road Woman.
And each of them have a different ability, which we'll go over as we go through. And we've also started with only 3 of the wagon tokens, and we've placed them. There's different variations for setup, which we'll go over in another video. And we've also removed several of the colonizer cards that we recommend in the game guide to remove for an easy mode of the game. And we've dealt our cards, and we're ready to play.
And like Klee was saying, we're set up for the easy mode. Easy mode is starting with less wagons than more, so anywhere between 3 and 6. So in Burn the Fort, players take turns to stop colonizers from invading their lands by drawing and playing cards, collecting arrowhead tokens, fire tokens, attacking wagons, and ultimately attacking the fort.
And to win the game, you must gain 3 matching arrowhead tokens and enough fire tokens. And matching, I mean matching to your play area, specifically this color that you've selected or that has been randomly selected. And enough of these fire tokens to burn the fort. If the train here reaches its destination of the golden spike before the fort is burned to the ground, then everyone loses. So we begin by determining who goes first based upon who handled a weapon last. And I don't know if a coffee grinder counts as a weapon.
Yes.
French press. Yeah, absolutely. Colonel Mustard in the study with the French press. So I'll go first, and then play will proceed sunwise or clockwise. And I've already got my cards dealt. And the first thing that we'll do in our sequence of play, which we have these reference cards here, which lists the sequence of play. They also have the stick die points for reference as well. And resolve colonizer token effects is the first thing. We don't have any in play. We'll go over that as we go through the game. Join or rebuild an alliance. We are in an alliance, so we don't need to worry about that. And draw and play cards. So I will draw 1 card. At the beginning of your turn, if you have less than 5 cards, draw up to 5 cards. At the end of your turn, if you have more than 5 cards, discard or play those cards, or gift, I guess, those cards. But we'll go over that through our actions. So I'm going to resolve any play immediately cards first. And the first one that I have actually is a colonizer card. And this colonizer card says, draw 1 colonizer card and give it to the person on your right, which is you, and I apologize. And we have our discard pile here.
So colonizer cards are resolved immediately. Even though it's not my turn, it's still Klee's turn, but colonizer card is the one that has the precedent. And so with this one, add 1 wagon to each player's area at the beginning of their tread.
We got an invasion going on.
Yes.
And this is our discard pile for our colonizer cards.
Yes.
So I have additional play immediate cards. One is add another wagon token to each player's play area at their trailheads. And you can stack these wagon tokens on top of each other, so they can occupy the same place along this path which leads to the fort. Each of these gray little dots represent the points that you'll see us counting towards their journey to the fort, which we are trying to stop. And this is a great card. This card is actually any card that has a this icon here is to play face up, and it does not count to your 5 card hand limit. So with this card, the benefit that I get is all your warriors gain horses, rethrow 1 stick die of your choice in attacks. This card also has in the upper right hand corner an arrowhead icon, and it could be used interchangeably with other arrowhead cards to trade for arrowhead tokens. And that's actually what I'm going to do, because I have 3 arrowhead cards, and as I mentioned, if I had 2 of these and one with an arrowhead icon, I could also use those. But basically you spend these by discarding them, and you can reach in without looking into the arrowhead token bag and hope to get your matching piece, which is needed to attempt to win the game. And so I got one. What happens is that I put this in my warrior player card slot on the left hand side, and as you'll see if you look down, there are different abilities listed. Lozen has vision. The first ability is to take 2 draw cards, keep any, then discard down to 5, but that costs 1 arrowhead card, or 1 card with an arrowhead icon. And sequentially, as they go up, they increase in different costs. Some of them are varied, but most of them are. The next one is, it costs 2 arrowhead cards, the next one costs 1 arrowhead card, and a fire token. If you look right above that in the next slots, there are the abilities to attack more than 1 wagon. So you can attack 2 wagons per turn with the next slot if it's activated, and then the third slot 3 wagons per turn, but those don't cost anything. You can just attack wagons, multiple wagons at a time. In addition, when you spend arrowhead cards and you take an arrowhead token out of the bag, you can opt to do an early fort attack, which we'll demonstrate as we go on. But I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to attack one of these wagons that's proceeding up the trail, and I'm going to attack the closest one to the fort. So the colonizer die goes to the player to the right, or the next available player. They throw it, and this number represents the defense of this wagon that I have to beat by throwing these stick die. And I got a 1. But I do have horses, so I can rethrow one of these stick die and try to get a 10. Nope, I got a 1. And so I lost that. What happens is I take this, that fire token goes away, this wagon stays, and I get another wagon at the beginning of my trailhead. That ends my turn except for rolling for wagon movement. And so I will roll 1 colonizer die for wagon movement, and you always start with the wagon that is closest to the fort down the path.
So I'm going to start my turn and go down the sequence of play, resolving colonizer token effects. I don't need to worry about that. Join or rebuild an alliance. I don't need to worry about that either, because we are still in an alliance. So now I'm going to start drawing and playing my cards. So I do have a play immediately card, and that is a wagon invasion, and I add 1 wagon to every player's trailhead.
We're getting invaded.
Yes. I also have 3 arrowhead cards, so I'm going to spend these to get a chance at getting my own arrowhead token color. Perfect.
Nice.
So, like Klee was saying, I have the opportunity now that I have that I drew an arrowhead token. I have the opportunity to do an early fort attack, which I am going to go ahead and show right now. So the way that works is Klee is going to throw, or someone, another player is going to throw both of the die, the colonizer die. And what's going to happen is the higher of the die are the ones that I am going to have to try and beat with the stick die.
So you have to beat a 5.
Yes.
Ooh,
A 1. I did not beat that one, so
what ends up happening, the consequence, so there's a benefit and a consequence.
Yes.
If you do a early fort attack. The benefit is that you can reduce the health or the fort points down. So if she would have won, we would have taken just the highest die, and subtracted that from the number shown on the fort point tracker. Since that did not, oh, and the lower of the die, you would gain that many fire tokens, but that did not happen. And so with the loss, what ends up happening is we add this many, the highest die, you add that many to the fort point health, and you get a colonizer card.
Yes. Also to note, if Klee, whoever was throwing for the fort, if they had gotten double sixes, that would have been immediate loss for the player, and then the fort automatically wins in that scenario.
And so now the fort's health is at 21.
And we started at 16. So I lose my next turn because of the colonizer card. I'm actually going to leave it on my board just as a reminder to myself. So.
And a note about that card is you still have to roll for wagon.
Yeah, and so this is my next turn. So I haven't wrapped up this turn yet, which since it was an early fort attack, that's actually part of one of the actions that I could do in that second part where trading, attacking wagons, or attacking the fort, and I did attack the fort. So that after I roll for these wagons, that concludes my turn. So Klee is it's his turn.
So I don't have any cards in my hand. I don't have any, first I don't have any colonizer tokens to resolve. We're still in an alliance, so I will draw 5 cards. And I have a play immediately card, a colonizer card. So I draw 1 colonizer card. Alliance is broken.
Oh no.
So this card sucks because now we have to rebuild or rejoin the alliances. And so, yeah, this card gets discarded, and we just, in this case for a 2-player game, we just trade back our alliance tokens to signify that we're not in an alliance. And so we'll demonstrate later what it takes to get that alliance rebuilt. Now, I have, yeah, I'm going to trade for another arrowhead token.
Nice.
Or spend, because this doesn't, we use the term trade, but we basically spend these cards and it doesn't count as the trade action. Oh, I got one of yours. All right, we're going to have to do some trading. We're not an alliance. We're going to have to figure that out soon. And I am going to do an attack because this wagon is getting too close to the fort. So, yes. Ooh, 6. At least I have the horses. Ooh, I got a 5. That does not work, and the horses would not assist me in that. If I had a card that would reduce the points, that could work, but I do not. So I lose that arrow or that fire token. That stays, and I get another wagon token at the beginning of my trailhead. That concludes my turn, except I just have to roll for wagon movement. So sometimes, and you'll see this as we progress with our play through of this game, that the next player, Princess in this case, might wait for me to finish rolling for some of the wagons that are closer to the fort, because once a wagon reaches the fort, there are consequences for that. And we'll demonstrate that. But that's just a 1, so I think we might be in the clear.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we will.
Okay. So just to expedite gameplay, the next player can start.
Yeah,
But,
and I've lost
yeah.
my turn, so
But
we're
you
still
lost your
waiting anyway.
Well, you do have to roll for wagon movements.
I do. So I lost my turn, and I'm just going to roll for wagon movement. And as soon as Klee is done with his wagon movement, he's going to start his turn again.
I need to get fire tokens. Well, I do have a play immediately card, which is more wagons. So add 1 wagon to each player's trailhead.
Okay.
Okay, I have a card that I'm going to... Yeah, I'm going to attempt to use this. So I have this Disrupt Supplies card. This card allows me to attempt to basically remove as many of these wagon tokens as I can from my player area. I throw the stick die. The total determines the amount of wagon tokens to remove from your play area. No rethrow effects apply. So the horses do not apply to this, so I just throw the stick die and I remove as many wagons. Big money. Oh, 3. That's
nice.
Fine. 1, 2, 3. And those are the 3 closest to the fort. So that works out for me. That doesn't count as my attack action. So I can continue. So I will attack this wagon here. 5. Oh, 3.
You have horses.
Oh yeah, I have my horses, so I can attempt... Oh, no. The stick dice are not my friends tonight, so I lost that. Hope that wagon stays. Get more. I just got rid of all those wagons too, so now it's your turn. But I roll for wagon movement.
Okay, so I have a couple of play immediately cards. The first one is the colonizer card. So I draw 1 colonizer card for myself and place this card face up and place the colonizer token on your warrior card. So there are going to be cards that do have this colonizer icon on there, or a colonizer token icon, and so those are going to be placed on your player card, your warrior card, and they're going to have specific instructions for there. With this one, I cannot gain new fire tokens until it is removed, and I can throw a 5 with a stick die to remove it, and that's without any other adaptations to that. So,
yeah, and if a player that you were in alliance with gifted you a card, or they could play a card to remove that, or if they had an ability, they could help remove it as well.
Which is fine because I have a card that is going to take care of that, so I don't have to worry about it. We're going to put that back over there, and I'm going to keep playing my cards because I do have another play immediately, and this one, my wagons in my play area do not move for this turn, which is really helpful. In addition, I also have the Count Coup card that I was just sort of holding on to, but I'm going to play it during this round. With this card, I keep it face up, and it does not count towards the hand because it does have the little arrow card up icon. But the thing about this one is I do have to remove it when I lose the next battle. So hopefully no losses. I can now attack wagons, trade, and or attack the fort.
I wanted to back up real quick, if you don't mind, and just point out a few things about the colonizer token and these cards. So once you have a colonizer token in place, they can actually stack up. So if you do get another colonizer card that invokes the use of the colonizer token, you have both effects in place. So you place both of those on your warrior player card with the colonizer token on top, and then you have to remove them sequentially as well. And in addition, if she had a colonizer token effect in play, and then I drew a colonizer card next, and had to use it, I would remove the colonizer token and that card, so that card would be discarded. The effect would no longer apply to her. That colonizer token would go on my card here, but what would happen is we would add a +1 to the fort point tracker. So the fort gains a benefit to its defense when those colonizer token cards are moved to another player and they're activated in their space.
Yep. That's the end of my turn.
Okay.
It's your turn.
Oh, and you don't need to roll.
No, and I don't need to roll
because
I have the Blizzard card. And so at the end of
my
my turn...
You don't need to want to attack? Did you do any attacks?
Oh, that's right. I can attack.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I will attack. I'm going to attack the one that is closest. So.
Yeah, we need fire tokens.
Yeah.
And we need to rebuild the alliance. 5. Ooh.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Don't think there's the way.
No, there is not. And that means I
Your
lose
count
my
coup goes
count.
away. Yeah. Ouch.
And so does that fire token and this guy, and I don't roll for my wagons.
Okay, my turn. Yeah, and so again, if that colonizer token was an effect on your turn or my turn, for example, we would resolve those effects first before at the top of that round or top of that turn before engaging in the rest of the gameplay. Okay, I can remove 1 wagon token from my play area. I'm going to remove the farthest along, and oh yeah, and so at the beginning of your turn, if you start with no fire tokens, you get 1. Just a little benefit for, I guess, not having anything. So yeah, I can use that 1, and I am going to need to. Oh, the other thing is that I could take 5 of, instead of playing that card, I could have taken 5 of my cards from my hand, or I could even take this one and put it back in my hand. I could discard them as part of my trade or gift action, which would end my turn, and trade it in for 1 fire token. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to risk it here with one of these, even though it hasn't been working out for me with the stick die. But I do got horses, so at some point, yes, there you go, 2 and 3. So that one, so this, what happens is this wagon goes away, and I basically get another fire token, and we haven't been winning, so we haven't been able to describe this. But essentially, it's a kind of wager. Depending on how many, you can put any number of fire tokens in, and we'll usually announce, as you've seen, which wagons that we're going to attack, or wagon that we're going to attack, and we'll stack however many fire tokens that we will wager if we were in an alliance. She could add additionally any fire tokens that she wanted to risk, and we would either lose those or collectively we would win, and then it's up to the active player, the attacking player, to determine how to distribute those as well. And so it's always, if you risk 2, you get two more. If you risk 1, you get 1, and so forth. So and I have the ability to attack 2 wagons per turn, so I'm going to keep up with that momentum just because I really need fire tokens. Yes. All right, that's good. So attacking players win ties. Alternatively, what we have in the game guide is that you can decide to flip the colonizer token. So you just call gold or black and break your ties. But we're just playing with the standard rules right now because I won that one. Again, this wagon goes away that I attacked. I get 1 more fire token. And that should end my turn. I'm just going to roll for wagon movement. There you go.
So at the beginning of my turn, going down the sequence of play, resolving colonizer token effects, I don't need to do that. But because we're not in an alliance, and if I wanted to join an alliance, what would happen is for a 2-player game, we would actually just throw 1 dice, 1 of the colonizer die. If it was 3 players or more, you would actually throw 2 of the dice. So for this turn, we would throw that, and whatever number it comes up by the die is the number of fire tokens that we would need to spend in order to get into that alliance. If the attempt fails and we don't have enough fire tokens to join the alliance, then we actually add that number onto the fort tracker. But if we do succeed, we would have to then spend the number of fire tokens that we have. I'm not going to do that right now, just because I do want to build up a couple more fire tokens before we do that. So I'm going to go ahead and start drawing cards. I only have one card, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the amount of cards up to 5 into my hand. So 2, 3, 4. Okay. Bad news. We just hit our first railroad expansion, and so the railroad expansion card, that immediately means that colonizer, or the train is going to move forward, and everyone gets a colonizer card.
Yeah, the train just moves forward 1 space.
Yeah. Because it is my turn, I am going to start resolving the colonizer card first, and I actually have a trading post, and I do put the colonizer token on my card. So at the next turn, starting the next turn, add 1 wagon to every player's trailhead on each of your turns.
And for mine, I have treaty, and a treaty is made with manipulated members of your nation, lose 1 fire token, and that's that card. And no cards can block the railroad expansion card, so just keep that in mind.
I'm going to attack a wagon. Hopefully.
6. Ooh, 3.
Yeah. I have a counterattack. I'm going to go ahead and try and use that, so I rethrow all the stick die.
Come on.
Nope.
Oh, 3 again.
Yep. All right. Bummer. That concludes my turn. After
How many
I
fire
roll
tokens you got under there?
1.
Okay.
But it says that starting next turn, add 1 wagon to every player's trailhead on each of your turns.
Yep, gotcha. Whew. So I'm waiting for her to at least clear some of those initial wagons that are closest to the fort, because we might have a situation where a wagon reaches the fort. And it doesn't look like it, so I'm going to start my turn. Let's see. I'm going to use this. This is a vision. It's a Wovoka. Actually, yeah, I'm going to use this vision card. It's vision from Wovoka to take any cards, any 3 cards from anywhere in the deck, and keep 1 and place others back in the deck. So I'm just going to take the top 3. Yeah, that works. Actually, yeah. I need to attack wagons. So I'm going to attack that wagon. Thank you.
3.
3. All right. That one goes away, and I'm going to attack another one. I wish I could attack. If we were in alliance, I would help you out there, and I apologize.
Oh, it's fine.
3. All right.
Nice.
And I win that. It's a tie. So this is good. I'm getting fire tokens. So I'm basically trying to build up some resources so we can rebuild our alliance and we can help each other out. Let's see. I think that's it. So I'm going to roll for my movement.
So at the beginning of my turn, I'm going to go down the sequence of play. I do have a colonizer token on my game piece, or on my my player card. So I'm going to resolve those effects first. And so that means that each of the players will get one wagon at the beginning of their trailhead. I am going to attempt to remove the colonizer token, but that will count as an action, and that will end my turn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down my sequence of play until it gets to the action portion of it. And joining or rebuilding an alliance, I just don't think we have enough tokens right now, fire tokens, but also drawing and playing cards. So I want to go ahead and do that now before I attempt to remove this guy. Perfect. So I have 3 arrowhead cards. So I'm using an arrowhead card and a card with an arrowhead icon, which you are able to do.
Shake them up good.
Okay, well, got yours.
I know, it means 2 trade actions now that we need.
Yeah, and I do have a solidarity card, and so with this card, I can throw a 5 with a stick die to try and move the train 1 space back. And if I am unsuccessful, it doesn't do anything, so might as well. Nope, that is a 1. So unsuccessful, but that's fine. And I'm going to go ahead and attempt to throw a 1 with a stick die for this. Hopefully it's easy because I just keep throwing 1s at this point.
3.
That concludes my turn, but I do have wagons that I need to roll for.
And I'm definitely going to wait because we have wagons reaching, oh, maybe not, reaching the floor, the lowest
Jinxed
rolls
it.
ever. Oh, there we go.
You jinxed it.
Oh, wow. That's the lowest
Yep.
rolls. We got to do something about that, though. That is getting very close.
Honestly, I would rather have a bunch of wagons show up at once, because then you just get 1 colonizer card. But then they also count towards the number of wagons that, or spaces that the train moves forward. So since one of them made it to the fort,
That goes away.
That goes away, and everyone gets a colonizer card. It is still my turn technically, and I'm going to resolve mine first. So I have to discard 1 of my fire tokens. That is my last fire token.
Ooh. And I have Mission. So this is a card that invokes the use of the colonizer token as well. Remove 1 fire token from all players each time it is your turn. So I do not like this card. It needs to go away. So as we mentioned earlier, when the colonizer token effect goes to another player, this card that she had on her warrior player card gets discarded, but we add a point to the 4-point tracker. So now we're at 22, and the effect is on my player card. And I could attempt to remove that as an attack action like you did by rolling a 10 with the stick die, but I really want to get points. We need to get an alliance. I don't know.
We can't. I have no more.
Yeah. Well, I have 4, but
I don't think
chance,
that's enough.
Yeah, that would risk it. I'm going to attack this wagon. Yep. 6. 3. I have a counterattack card, which allows me to rethrow all my stick die. Yes,
Ooh,
a 10.
Nice.
And so this essentially was a reset of my attack. So when you get, I guess what we would call a natural 10, Not with a modifier. Like, so if I played horses, or if I played another card of you assisted and flipped one of these over to make it a 10, that would not be natural. And so in this case, if you roll a 10 on any of these wagon attacks, you get an extra fire token as well. So
Yeah.
that was great for me.
Nice. And this one goes away.
Yeah, that one goes away. Thank you. And I have the ability to attack more. I wish I could attack yours.
It's fine.
But yeah, I'm going to further the attack. I'm actually going to risk 2 this time because we need to get that alliance going. 5.
Ooh, nice.
Yes. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Okay, that one goes away, and I will stop. It's like your lands are getting totally invaded. And I'm just like this one scared little colonizer trying to like make their way up.
Listen, manifest destiny.
Yeah, there is a manifest destiny colonizer card.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the end of my turn.
Yep, and you just have to.
So
your colonizer token, that's at the beginning of your turn? Okay,
yes.
All right. So, joining or rebuilding an alliance. But before we even get there, Klee reminded me just now, is that if you start your turn with 0 fire tokens, you actually get 1 fire token. So, I'm going to make sure to add that on there. Shall we try to rebuild an alliance?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go ahead and rebuild that alliance. And in order to do that, we're requesting, like I said, Klee is going to roll 1 dice because it is a 2-player game. And whatever that dice number shows, is how much we are going to have to give for the fire tokens. If we didn't have enough, then the amount will go onto the fort health tracker.
And yeah, I'm gonna pay for that. So
yeah, thank you.
Trade
yeah,
back. Yay! So this signifies that we are in an alliance by trading those colors back. And if it was a more than a 2-player game, we would simply flip them up like this if there was more people in the alliance. But this is key because if you had 2 other people in alliance, you can basically have 2 sets of people in separate alliances. So just keep that in mind. Or 3 people in alliance with 1 person out, and so forth. So just be aware of that.
All right, so I'm going to continue my turn. I'm adding, getting my hand up to 5 because I only had 1. And playing some of these cards immediately because they are necessary. Just like the Blizzard card, which means that my wagons do not move.
Oh, that card just saved us, I think,
really
for this game, maybe. Because we're in alliance, that means I can come back around and smack some colonizers down. Oh.
Okay. I have 3, so I have 3 arrowhead cards that I'm going to spend. Oh, okay. Okay, I know what else is in there. All right.
I'm like, how many are left? No, of course, there's only 1.
So that is it, but I am going to attack 1. Hopefully. Go ahead and roll.
4. 5. Nice.
Oh, I needed that. Get that out of there.
She could do up to 3 attacks.
I could
this turn because you've unlocked all of them.
Yes. I'm going to do. Let's just go 1 at a time.
Okay, I think you're gonna be lucky.
Here's the thing: I don't have a horses card. I don't like.
6. No.
You need to stop saying that. You are jinxing. 3. Yep. I lost that.
Do you have any? No.
I do not.
Okay.
So I get one more here. I'm gonna call that good.
Okay. Is it my turn?
Yes,
Okay.
I don't have to roll for my wagons. I'm gonna put this over here.
At the top of my turn, I have to resolve my colonizer effects, which I remove one fire token from all players each time it's your turn. I do not like this card at all. That one is devastating. And we're in alliance now. Draw and play cards. I grab my card. And, interesting. I have a card to remove the colonizer token, thankfully.
Hooray.
Yeah, but that still was a devastating blow, just even on that turn. I need to help you, but now I risk that one, and that cost me.
But I mean, you have the horses card.
Well, see, here's the thing. If I attack this wagon, I can, and if I win, I can get an extra fire token, and then I can do one more attack. So I think I might try that.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to attack that. You should roll for yourself. Because you're doing good. I
really should. No, I'm not doing good. I'm rolling very low.
So anytime that you wipe out the invading colonizers from your area, your game board area, you get an extra fire token. Yes. But that's only for that one turn. And now I can do one more attack. I'm going to attack that wagon because it's closest to the fort. Okay, I have my horse's card.
Oh! 10. So
yes.
I threw a 6 for the colonizer.
And the only thing that beats that is a 10. So I get, not only do I get one extra fire token, I get one extra because I rolled through that 10.
Perfect.
Without a modifier.
I do want to note that if Klee had lost that battle, because it was in my play area, I would have gotten a wagon in my play area. It wouldn't have shown up in his, but in mine.
Yep. And that's all that I can do. So I am going to... Oh, I don't have any wagons, so I don't have to roll for wagon movement.
So I'm not starting out with any of the fire tokens, so I'm taking one of those and then going down the line of the sequence of play. Play immediately wagon invasion, one wagon to each player's play area. I do want to throw this down here right now because I do have another card that my wagons will not move for this turn. Yes. So I'm going to play this vision card. Just do the top. I'll do the top 2 and then another one in the middle. Okay. All right. I am going to attack my wagons that are in my play area.
4. 3.
Nope, that's it. That's all I've got. And even though I do have the ability to attack 3 wagons, I cannot because I have no more fire tokens. But my only saving grace is this card that is allowing me to not move the wagons at the end of my turn. So I'm going to turn it over to Klee.
Yeah, and you can gift when you're in alliance, but you cannot trade fire tokens. I have something that I'm going to try to see how this works. So I'm going to draw my card. Oh, I get a fire token.
Nice.
So I'm going to activate Lozen's ability, which is to take 2 draw cards, keep any, then discard down to 5. So that costs me 1 arrowhead card or card with arrowhead icon. So I'll take 2. That brings me up to 5. I should just attack, I guess. I can do 2 attacks.
Entirely up to you.
Yeah. Because I could give you a fire token, but I think I might do better.
Yeah.
Trying to attack, because I get the horses card.
Yes.
All right, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. 2, all right. You're going down. Yep, 3, all right. There we go. Sorry about that.
Getting crazy.
And I'm scattering you.
So
Scatter the wagons. Thank you.
Yep.
And I'm going to continue, because I can do 1 more attack. I'm going to do that one. I'm only risking 1. I'm not feeling that risky, because... Excellent. And 3 again. Awesome. So that works out, and that one goes away. So now we only have 1, and they're frozen this turn, right?
They were frozen for this last turn.
Okay.
Coming into my turn now, they are not.
Cool. Yeah, this is okay. All right, we're getting somewhere. That is all that I can do. So I'm going to roll for my movement.
Okay. Well, play this card immediately. Harvest season. Draw 2 cards. Give 1 to another player of your choice. I'm going to give you this one. Because Solidarity card. I get to keep it face up, and I get to rethrow 1 stick die, thankfully. And I have the Count Coup card.
Ooh, nice.
So, but I do have to remove it if I lose my next battle. Okay. All right, so let's attack some wagons. I forgot to get a fire token at the beginning of my turn. Okay, there we go. You gotta throw that guy for me.
Okay, 3. There you go. And you got the Solidarity. 3.
There
Excellent.
we go. Okay. Things are
turning around.
turning around.
And you can do more attacks now. All right.
Okay, yeah. So I am going to do more attacks. We're going to do this next guy.
4. 3.
3. Okay, I'm going to rethrow this guy. Dang it, and I lost my Count Coup card. All right, so get rid of that guy, and I keep that guy, and add another guy. Okay.
You do 1 more attack.
I am going to do 1 more attack, because apparently... Okay. Yep. All right, we're starting out with ending this with 0. Okay, it's your turn.
Okay. Oh, I have to, yeah.
I'm good. She, in fact, was not good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Play immediately. Draw 2 more cards. I got a lot of cards in my hands right now. My hand right now, so I'm going to do a few things. I am going to grab the last arrowhead token, which I know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
It's yours.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And I am going to continue. We've got ROUSS's here.
Yeah, we do. I'm sorry, I'm looking at your cards.
Oh, that's fine.
Right in the middle.
Yeah, no. So you can determine if you're going to play your cards up or down. I'm gonna get back into that attack.
Yeah.
Because we're hammering them right now.
At this point, I'm
I can
getting
do I can do
pummeled.
3 attacks. So let me throw that.
Ooh,
Lost that one.
rough stuffs.
Do another one. Sorry, I'm piling up wagons in your area, but I'm trying to
That was a 6.
trying to help. Oh, I saw that
I
white.
did too.
Okay, that's another loss. Actually, hold on. No, I got a counterattack. I'm going to use that for that one.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
That's right,
should I use it? Yeah, I'll use it against the 6. Why not? Again. Oh,
the
second,
same thing happened.
second attempt.
At this point, it was just like, here's my card.
So I can do one more.
I think that was it.
Was that 3? Yeah, that was 3
That
attacks.
was 3.
Yeah. Okay.
Roll for your singular wagon.
Yes, I will. Trying to help you out there.
I know. I appreciate
I got pummeled.
Oh, guess what?
Ooh,
Railroad expansion.
Okay. Train moves forward. Y'all know the drill. And we get colonizer cards.
I lose 1 fire token. Oh, I forgot again, but I got 1 fire token beginning of my turn because I didn't have it, and it goes away.
Yeah, I got. Oops, there. Yeah, I lost a fire token as well.
Okay. I'm going to play Sacred Places card. Draw a card for each player, including yourself.
Good card.
Okay. Okay, I can't attack, so I'm going to trade. Do you like to trade?
Yes. That's the one that you want. I just like to have them neat next to each other. Thank you.
That's the end of my turn, folks, and we're gonna roll for wagons.
It's a lot of wagons.
All right, I'm good. Jeez.
Okay, now it's my turn. I will draw 1. We're getting low with the deck. Looks wild over there.
It is.
Yeah, I'm just going to attack. I'm going to start strong.
6.
I've done this before. Done this before. No. Okay. All right. I'm not starting strong. And I'm giving you all the wagons that should be in my area.
It's
apparently.
fine because I would be doing the same thing if I had fire tokens.
My second attack. There we go. 5. That should have been the last one. That should have been the last move. Okay.
There we go.
5 again. Excellent. Yeah, that's good.
Okay. My turn. Play immediately card, and I get to draw 2 and give 1 to a player of my choice. Oh, before I do that, I get 1 token. I'll do this guy, and then this one is a play immediately and remove 2 wagon tokens from my play area. All right. Okay. I am going to attack probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, might as well. Okay.
6.
Oh, and a 10. Okay. And because I threw a natural 10, I get an additional fire token as well.
It's still your turn.
Yep, still my turn. I'm going to attack another wagon.
5.
Okay.
5. All right.
There we go. Okay. Oh, no. This is... All right.
You get one more attack.
And yes, one more attack.
Okay.
6.
Okay, come on.
Let's see.
Oh, and you get your solidarity.
Yep, solidarity card.
Yes.
Okay, 10.
And you don't get an extra fire token for that one.
No,
but
I do not.
You still win.
Yes, for sure. And that was...
Awesome. That took a lot of wagons down.
Jeez,
Oh.
yeah. Okay. Concludes my turn with some wagon rolls.
Okay, so it's my turn,
Yep.
and I have a lot of cards. I still draw one. We're getting down to the bottom of the deck. Eagle Feather. Elders honor you with an Eagle Feather. Gain 1 fire token.
Okay.
All right. Okay, I have too many cards in my hand, so I need to play or get ready to discard. So since you got that handle, then we're pretty good on fire tokens. I'm going to do a trade for my action.
Okay, we can do that.
Let me see. Wait, hold on. Let me see, because I need to get rid of cards.
Okay.
Oh, this is a play immediately. Anyways, remove 2 wagon tokens from your play area. I only got 1, so opens it up, and I get a fire token. All right. Works for me.
6, 5, 11, 16.
Okay. Yeah. I have 6 cards in my hand, so I can only have to discard 1. So I'm just gonna, I'm gonna trade.
Okay.
So now we have our matching arrowhead token, so we are ready to take down the fort.
We are, but I want to try and get a couple more.
Okay, all right. Yeah, because we have to strategize. I need to, hold on, I need to just, okay, I'm going to get rid of that one, and I'm good. And I don't have any wagons, so I don't need to roll. So it's your turn.
Okay. Top of my turn, I get draw a card. Okay. Let's roll for some wagons, and I'm going to bet.
And you got that solidarity, so I'm going to add some in there.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
This better be good. 1!
Oh!
Yes,
Okay.
3.
So that means that we wagered 3, we get 3. And I'm just going to divvy these out equally.
Okay,
So.
yeah, and it's up to the attacking player again to determine how they want to divvy them up.
Yep, and I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. Other 2 for that one. Would you like to join me or no?
Join for 1. That was good. So
Okay.
I'm going to say we're on a roll.
4. Okay.
3.
3. Okay. I've got the solidarity.
Yes.
Okay.
Excellent.
So same thing. I'm going to do 3, and we'll divvy those up equally.
Nice. Thank you. Thank you.
Yep.
I like it. And we're pretty good for a fort attack.
And I'm going to do one more.
All right.
Just because I'm trying to exhaust all
I'm going to hold back, even though I'm pretty sure you're going to win that.
Okay.
6.
Oh!
I saw that white flip.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Excellent.
I think
Man, I should have played. I should have risked.
That was a good round. Finally, after all this time.
Wow, you just massacred those
wagons. We just needed to take
a
little break and just drink some water, I guess. So okay. That that concludes my turn. I will roll for these wagons, and then it is your turn.
All right. I'm going to draw a card. We're really low on the deck, okay?
Yep.
Oh, I do have a play immediately, and it's a blizzard card, but I have no wagons in my area, so... And actually, I think I had that last round, so I should have played that last round. Okay. Yeah, so... oh, actually, I should I attack the fort, or do you want to attack the fort? Because
I think we're set up for it, and I'm down to do that. I do have some cards that we could play.
Okay, so it's supposed to be at the top of your turn before you do any card actions to attack. So I'm just going to play this out, and I'm going to attack your wagons just to get more.
Yeah, for sure.
And I have a card that can be helpful. Cool. So I'm going to I'm just going to attack your wagon. I'm going to wager 2 against that one.
I'll do 1.
Yes. 3 against 2. And we get
take care of that.
3, and I'm going to do the same thing you did. You take those.
Thank you.
Yeah, even, and then I might as well just go. I'm going to just do 2 again.
I'm going to do 1.
Yeah, okay, I don't want to get too crazy. 1.
That is a 1.
Yeah, okay. We're going to call that a 1. And that means that it's an automatic win, because I got that.
All right.
That's all the wagons out of your area.
Yep.
We get a fire token.
An additional one, so you get to divvy those up.
Divvy that up. Yeah, go for it. Take those 4. We are set for burning this fort to the ground.
For sure.
And we cleared off our wagons. The train is
I am surprised.
held back. And I didn't even have to use the card that I could have used to help with those attacks. So I'm going to call that. That's my turn.
Okay, cool. So it is my turn, and before I do anything, I am going to say that I am attacking the fort and hopefully burning it to the ground. I have the necessary components needed, all 3 matching arrowheads, and for a 2-player game, both of the players must have their matching arrowhead tokens. So what we're going to do for this one is, like I said, just announced it, and I am going to take the fort point health tracker. So we have 22 on there. We're just going to
add 4 to that, because that's the number of spaces where the train moved up.
Yep. 2, 3,
that brings us 26.
to 26. Absolutely.
And we're also going to reference the general that's protecting the fort as well, or defending it. And he has an ability here, which is for each fort card played. So if anybody plays fort cards, attack cards, by an allied player specifically, add +1 defense to miles. So keep that in mind in terms of the attack. And how this works is that basically if the player's attack points are higher than the fort's defense points, the players win.
Yes. So what we're going to do is I am going to wager a lot of my fire tokens, and we're going to put those right on the colonizer card. So it's looking like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 on there. Would you like to join in?
Each of these fire tokens amount to 1 attack point. So you just added 13. Yeah, I'm going to go all in, because that's going to assure victory, because we have enough. And so how this works is that the attacking player will add that in, then ask if someone in the alliance would like to add fire tokens to support, if they have any special abilities or fort attack cards that they would like to play as well. And each player can only play 1 card in support, unless they have the ability to do more. And I do have 1 card. And you can play your card too. So
yeah, for sure.
This is a siege card. This can only be used during a fort attack your warrior forces effectively surround the fort and cut off critical supplies, the general loses 2 defense points.
Nice.
So even though I'm playing a card, Miles gets +1, so it's just a -1.
For sure. Okay, so we're going to do
-1. And that's all I can do because I only can do 1 card.
Right. And then the card that I'm going to play is War Cry, so I can rethrow 1 stick die.
So now the active player will throw the stick die and adds that number to the amount of fire tokens that have been played. And that total represents the attack points and is just compared to the fort's defense points. If the attack points are higher than the defense points, then we win. And so I didn't add these up yet. So that's
like
13,
I said, there's 13,
14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 25. Yeah, there's no way that
25, 25.
Yeah, the worst would happen is we would get a 1.
Yeah, but then we also
we'd still win.
Yeah, so 5.
Awesome.
And I'm not going to use this one because by throwing a stick die, I risk going lower on the stick die. So that's it.
Burnt the fort. And
Burnt
so
the fort
what
down.
we do is, if you want to do the honor.
So we've burnt the fort to the ground, and we actually can look at the victory card at the bottom. If you remember from the setup, you do choose a victory card and you slide it in at the bottom of the colonizer cards, and we are going to keep it a secret as to what we got, because then you'll be able to check it out in your game.
Yeah, because there's 6 of these victory cards, and you randomly select them. Then you read it at the end, and that marks the end. And there's a bit of history there.
Yeah, for sure.
For fort burning. So yeah, we did it. All right. So there are some notes. A tie with the fort's defense benefits the attacking player. Alternatively, of course, you can flip the colonizer token, as we mentioned before. Any relevant draw cards may be played also that may be able to impact the outcome of the attack. Fire tokens cannot be added after the stick dice are thrown, so keep that in mind. So if we were actually pretty confident there because we had pretty much seen what was there. If we didn't have that negative card that was played, there would have been a risk, right? At one point, I guess it would have just been a tie, but there was a chance. There could have been a chance if there was a couple of points there that we could have lost that as well. Another note is that all special cards that allow rethrows for stick dice can be played by allied players as well. And other players may withhold fire tokens if they are planning a fort attack themselves. So again, this is a semi-cooperative component. You might see that somebody's, they're going for the fort, but you want to claim that victory because you've been playing a little bit more competitively. Yeah. So you can be like, no, I'm not going to add my fire tokens in there because I can get this. So that's an option for people to do as well. If the attack fails, tally half the total amount of all the fire tokens that were played. So we had how many? 26? 25. So we would tally half and then round down. So we would take out, was that 12 of the fire tokens, and we would subtract that amount from the point fort tracker. So that would mean we did some damage, which is good to the fort, so not all was lost, but we would lose all of those fire tokens. Yeah. Those would all go away. So we'd have to regain those fire tokens that we would need, the necessary fire tokens to be able to defeat the fort, even though it's weakened. And we'd have to make sure that we still have the same conditions.
In addition to the train moving forward one space on the track, each player will get a colonizer card, and the player that initiated the attack will actually get 3 wagon tokens placed at the beginning of their trail.
Just in their area, not the other players who, even if they were in an alliance and they joined in the attack to support. And then the last bit of bad news is the colonizer token lands on your warrior player card, and you cannot use your special abilities until that is removed. To make another attempt to burn the fort, that player would have to remove that colonizer token and make sure they have the necessary tokens, the 3 matching arrowhead tokens and enough fire tokens to be able to attack the fort, and make sure that they don't, try not to lose, because it is a risk. And other players may attack the fort on their turn if they have the necessary requirements. So if you chose to attack the fort and I was just like, okay, I'm not sure how this is going to work out, and we both have enough fire tokens and maybe I want to claim that victory, then I would just wait and hold out. And that could obviously play out differently with a 3 to 4 player scenario as well. So that is the end of the game.
Yeah. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks for, and there's a lot of different notes that are in the game guides regarding specific plays. We tried to make sure that there were highlights of all of the elements that you might face in a typical gameplay, but please reference the player guide as well, because that has all the details, and this will hopefully give you enough information to get you started with your gameplay and answer some questions if they arise. And you're always welcome, of course, to modify them with Health's rules. If the game is a little challenging at the beginning, feel free to modify modify it as well. And we have suggestions in the beginning of the game guide how to do that. So thanks. And I'm glad we won.
Yeah. That was close.